Good morning, dear students. In our last class, I had solved few questions from exercise 7.1. I think up to question number 3 we had finished. Today I am going to continue the same exercise from question number 4. So everyone open your book, NCERT book, and read question number 4 of exercise 7.1. Question is, L and M are two parallel lines intersected by another pair of parallel lines P and Q, so that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA. See, here it is given that L and M, these two are parallel lines, and these two lines, parallel lines, are intersected by another pair of parallel lines, that is P and Q. Means the line P and line Q are also parallel to each other. Then we have to prove that triangle ABC, this triangle is congruent to triangle CDA, this triangle. So we know that there are some congruency rules. We have to show these two triangles congruent by using any one of that congruency rules. Okay, so I am going to prove this. First, consider these two triangles. In triangle ABC and triangle CDA. See, because L is parallel to M, clearly this angle and this angle, because AC is transversal for that, these two angles will be equal by alternate interior angles, because they form alternate interior angles. So suppose this angle is angle 1 and that is angle 2. Clearly angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. So this BCA, angle BCA equal to this one, angle BCA equal to this one, means DAC, angle DAC. Okay, why? Reason? What will be what you can write the reason there? Because L is parallel to M and AC is transversal, so pair of alternate interior angles will be equal. Got it? Okay. Now consider these two lines P and Q. Because P and Q are also parallel and AC is transversal for that. So clearly this angle and this angle form alternate interior angles. So they will be also equal. So suppose this angle is angle 3 and that is angle 4. So angle 3 will be equal to angle 4 because line P and line Q are parallel and AC is a transversal. These two angles form alternate interior angles. So this can be read as BAC, angle BAC equal to angle. This angle is read as this is read as BAC, that's why this is DCA. Okay, BAC, that's why this is DCA. These two angles are equal. Okay, reason P is parallel to Q and AC is transversal. So pair of alternate. So pair of alternate interior angles will be equal. Okay, now you can see that in triangle ABC, AC is a side. AC is the side of triangle ABC. Okay, and you can also see that in triangle CDA, AC is also side of triangle CDA also. Means this AC is common side. AC is actually, that is common side. So I am going to write here AC is equal to CA, that is common side. Okay, that is common side in the two triangles, in triangle ABC AC and in triangle ABC CA. AC and CA both are same, their length will be same, so they will be equal. So in these two triangles now you can see angle 1 is equal to angle 2, angle 3 is equal to angle 4, means two angles of this triangle are equal to the corresponding two angles of this triangle, and the side included between them are equal. Okay, so by angle side angle property, these two triangles becomes congruent. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle CDA by ASA constants. Okay, so that is the proof of question number 4. Okay, now read question number 6. Question number 5 is homework 5. Okay, now question number 6. So everyone read question number 6. What is question number 6? Question number 6 is, in the given figure, see, figure is like this. In the given figure, AC is equal to AE. In figure, it is given that AC is equal to AE and AB equal to AD and AB equal to AD. Okay, and angle BAD equals to angle EAC. Angle BAD, this angle equal to EAC, this one. These two angles are equal. Okay, so we have to show, to prove BC is equal to DE. This BC is equal to DE. This one is DE. Okay. See, what is given? These two angles are equal. Angle BAC is proof. I am going to prove this. It is given that this angle BAD equal to angle EAC. It is given. EAC. It is given. Okay. See, at this angle, you can see that is angle DAC. This one, this angle, this one. At this angle DAC in both sides. So we have angle DAC plus angle BAD equal to angle EAC plus angle DAC. What we have done here? We add here angle DAC in this one and this one, in these two angles. So this angle plus this angle will become this one. Means the left side will become CAB. Add these two angles. This one plus this one. It will become CAB. So left side will become angle CAB. And right side, see, this one plus this one, means add this one and this one. So what we have, that is equal to angle EA, this total EAD, that is angle EAD. Okay, so now we have CAB equal to EAD. Suppose this is first. Now consider triangle CAB. In triangle CAB and another triangle EAD, triangle EAD. I am going to make these two triangles anywhere else. I am going to make this here. I am going to rub here. I am going to make these two triangles CAB here, that is like this. This is C, A, and that is B. And another is EAD. EAD is there, here, like this. That is E, A, and D. EAD. Okay. So, in what is given in this question? It is given. You can see. I have already rubbed that, but you can. You have already noted that. So you can see what is given here. In question number 6, it is given that AC is equal to AE. This AC equal to AE. So here I can write AC equal to AE. It is given. Okay. Also, what is given? AB is equal to AD. This AB is equal to AD. AB equal to AD. AB equal to AD. It is also given. Okay. And we have proved here angle CAB. This angle CAB equal to angle EAD. Equal to angle EAD. We proved here. This one and this one. These two angles are equal. Angle I am going to write here. Angle CAB equal to angle EAD. That is proved above. Proved above. Now you can check. In these two triangles, this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and angle included between these two sides will be is equal to angle included between these two sides. So by side angle side property, these two triangles will be clearly from here we can write here, that is triangle CAB is congruent to triangle EAD. Triangle EAD. This is by side angle side property. Okay, and we know that when two triangles becomes congruent, their corresponding parts are equal, means their corresponding sides and corresponding angles are equal. So here we want to prove BC is equal to D. So see BC and D, this is your BC and this is your D. You can see they are corresponding sides, and because triangles are congruent, so their corresponding sides will be equal. So BC is equal to DE. This is by CPCT. That is corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay. Students, you must listen me carefully also, because it may be possible, very less percent of chance that I am speaking right, but it may be possible there leaves any word in writing. When I had defined in center, I spoke many times that in center is intersection point of angle bisectors of angles of any triangle. But I had written there by mistake that in center is intersection point of angles of triangles. So you must carefully listen me also. Okay. So that is the solution of this is the proof of question number 6. Okay. Now question number 7. Question number 7 is same as question number 6. So that will be homework for you. Now I am going to solve last question of this exercise, question number 8. So read everyone question number 8 carefully. Question number 8 is very good question. Comes many times in the examination. So that is very important for you also. In right triangle ABC, right angled at C. In right triangle ABC, right angled at C. So what is given here? In right triangle ABC, angle C is 90 degree. Okay. M is the midpoint of hypotenuse AB. M is midpoint of AB. Okay. C is joined to M and produced to D such that DM is equal to CM. So C is joined to M and produced up to D such that CM is equal to DM. It is given here DM and DM is equal to CM. Okay. Point D is joined to B. Point D is joined to B now. Point D is joined to B. So the following to prove. What we have to prove here? First, triangle AMC is congruent to triangle BMD. Second, angle DBC is right angle. Angle DBC is right angle. Okay. And third, triangle DBC is congruent to triangle ACB. And fourth, we have to prove CM is equal to half of A. See what is given here. It is given this triangle ACB is right angle triangle and it is right angled at C. And M is the midpoint of this hypotenuse AB. C joined to M and produced up to D, such that CM is equal to DM. DM and CM are equal. After that, D joined to B, and question asked for all these proofs. Triangle AMC is congruent to BMD, and the following. So I am going to prove first one. Triangle AMC is congruent to triangle BMD. So consider triangle AMC and triangle BMD. See, that's very easy. In triangle AMC, this CM is equal to DM. It is given. CM is equal to DM. It is given. Okay. Here it is given. Okay. Now see, this AMC, this angle AMC will be equal to BMD, this angle. These two angles are equal because they form vertically opposite angles. Okay. So angle AMC is is equal to angle BMD because they form vertically opposite angles, and we know that vertically opposite angles are always equal. And it is also given that M is midpoint of AB. That's why AM will be equal to BM. M is midpoint of AB. That's why AM will be equal to BM. So AM is equal to BM because M is midpoint of AB. Clearly by side angle side property, you can see in triangle AMC, CM, AM and angle included between these two sides are equal to DM, BM and angle included between these two sides. So by side angle side property, these two triangles, triangle AMC is congruent to triangle BMD. Okay, this is by side angle side property. Now when two triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts, means corresponding sides and corresponding angles will be equal. So from these two triangles being congruent, we can conclude that this AC will be equal to BD. We will use this. So AC is equal to BD. This is by CPCT. Okay, CPCT. Also, you can see this angle D will be equal to this one. This one. Angle C means angle ACM. You can check from here also. ACM, angle ACM इक्वल टू एंगल ACM के corresponding कौन सा एंगल होगा? BDM. BDM. Okay, that is also by CPCT. Okay, so this angle ACM, this one is equal to BDM, this one, by CPCT. Okay, now listen carefully everyone. ये फर्स्ट वाला प्रूफ हो चुका है हम लोग का. दिस वन इज प्रूव्ड. ओके, तो यहां तक तो हम लोग रफ कर सकते हैं. आई एम गोइंग टू रफ इट. ये फर्स्ट प्रूफ हो चुका है. नाउ सी दिस CA and BD are two lines. This CA and BD are two lines, and this DC is a transverse. This is CA and this is BD are two lines, and this DC is a transverse, such that consider these two angles. ACM can be written as ACD. This angle is equal to BDM equal to this one. So these two angles form alternate interior angles, and they are equal here. They are equal. It is only possible when lines are parallel. Means BD must be parallel to C. So from here we can conclude that BD is parallel to CA. because pair of alternate angles are equal only when, I am going to write this in proper way, because BD and listen me carefully also, CA are intersected by transversal BC such that a pair of alternate interior angles becomes equal. Okay, that's why. Now, because these two lines are parallel now, these two lines are parallel. This is BD here, BD. You can see the figure in your book also. BD is parallel to CA. These two lines are parallel now, and this BC is what? This BC is what? Transversal. It works as a transversal. Then what is the relation between these two angles? Tell me. These two angles form co-interior angles. These two angles forms co-interior angles. So their sum must be equal to 180 degree. So I am going to rough here now. So इन सबों की हमको रिक्वायरमेंट है क्योंकि ये हमको प्रूफ करना है. यहां से मैं प्रूफ लिखता हूं फिर से. So it is given here that now BD is parallel to CA and BC is transversal. So angle B plus angle C equal to 180 degree because they form co-interior angles. Okay. Now angle C is what? Angle C is, it is given, that is 90 degree because triangle ABC is a right triangle, na? Triangle ABC is right angle and right angle triangle and right angle at C. That's why this C is 90 degree. So angle B plus angle C equal to, sorry, angle C is 90 degree, that is equal to 180 degree. So from here we have angle B is equal to 180 minus 90, that is 90 degree. Clearly from here we have angle B is equal to 90 degree. Angle B is 90 degree. Means this angle B is 90 degree. So this can be read as angle DBC. So from here we can write here angle DBC equal to 90 degree means is a right angle. Is a right angle. Okay. So that is the proof of the second. Now I am going to rub this second one also. Okay. See, I am going to make this figure properly here. It may be possible that because electricity is cut here, so it may be possible that there are focused of light here. So I am going to make this figure properly here. That is A, that is C, that is B, and that is D, and that is M. And first two has already proved, and it is proved that this angle is 90, this one is 90, it is given, and some given also there, that you have written already. Now I am going to prove third one. We have to prove triangle DBC. This triangle DBC. Triangle DBC is congruent to ACB. So in triangle in triangle DBC and triangle ACB. See, this BD is equal to AC. Why? Because I have proved this. Because triangle AMC is congruent to BMD. We had already proved. Okay. From there, the corresponding sides are equal. That's why this AC equal to BD. Okay. So AC equal to DB here. DB is equal to AC. It is proved. Proved above. You can check your note where I had proved triangle AMC is congruent to triangle BMD. So by taking CPCT, if two triangles becomes congruent, then by CPCT their corresponding parts are equal. Corresponding parts are congruent triangle. So BD will be equal to AC. So from there this DB is equal to AC, and this angle B equal to angle C, both are equal to 90 degree. Angle B is equal to angle C, both are 90 degree. Okay, and BC is common in both. BC equal to CB, that is common in both, common side. Okay, common side. That's why by you can see side angle side property. By side angle side property, triangle DBC is congruent to triangle ACB by SAS. So the third one is also proved here. Third one, this one. This one is proved. Okay. Now last one. See, from here, because DBC is congruent to ACB, their corresponding sides, because these two triangles are now congruent, so their corresponding sides will be equal. Their corresponding sides. So from here we can write that DC will be equal to AB. DC will be equal to AB. So I am going to write here. DC equal to AB by CPCT. Okay. Then what will be the half of DC? Half of DC will be equal to half of AB. Okay. Now half of DC. See, this one is DC. This one is DC. Because M is midpoint of DC also. Because CM is produced up to D such that DM is equal to CM. That's why M will be midpoint of CD. So CM is equal to DM. Or we can say if this is 5 cm, this will be also 5 cm. Then this CD is what? 10 cm. Clearly half of DC will be CM. So half of DC will be CM. That is equal to half of DC will be CM, and that is equal to half of AB. Okay. So that is the proof of last fourth. So that's enough for today. I have given you only 2 questions for homework. Question number 7th and question number 5th. So you have finished. You will be finished these 2 questions and inform me that you have finished exercise 7A. Okay. So that is homework for you. Complete exercise 7.1. Thank you.